In the theme of making sure that we hold accountable the people that is absolutely tearing apart the lives of our police officers, Brandon Johnson in particular was not invited or disinvited, along with Governor, J.B. Pritzker over in Illinois. Brandon Johnson was disinvited from the family of the slain police officer from attending the funeral, and I want to share with you guys why. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let's get to it.
Brandon Johnson was.
This shouldn't take that long, to be honest with you.
Among those expressing condolences to the fallen officer's family today, but the mayor did not attend the funeral after learning that the officer's grief-stricken mother said he was not welcome. ABC 7 political reporter Craig Wall joins us now with more.
Moderators, can you please time out Taylor Smith? Thank you.
On that, Craig.
Judy, this decision by the family causing a bit of a political stir. Last night, the mayor, in his public schedule, said he would be attending the funeral, despite being told earlier in the evening by two public officials, including Illinois Comptroller Susana Mendoza, that the family did not want him there. This morning, the mayor relented and decided he would stay away. Retired police officers and others say they can't remember a time when the family of a Chicago police officer told the Chicago mayor he or she was not welcome at the funeral.
It's a powerful message. They're basically saying that they do not want the most powerful, most prominent, most important member of the city, the mayor of the city of Chicago, to participate in this very important event.
It says that, the appetite right now of the political movement against the police is noticed by citizens, noticed by family members.
The mayor's change of heart and schedule coming only about an hour before the funeral of Officer Luis Huesca was set to begin.
It shows tone deafness, and it also shows a lack of respect.
The mayor, without addressing the controversy, said in a statement, "As mayor, I vow to continue supporting our police and first responders, uniting our city and remaining committed to working with everyone towards building a better, stronger, safer Chicago. My heart is with the Huesca family today." The last time anything close to this happened was in 2021, when officers turned their back on Mayor Lori Lightfoot when she went to visit the family of wounded Officer Carlos Yanez at the hospital, despite being asked to stay away. Today, there were a number of other elected officials who attended Officer Huesca's funeral, the police superintendent choosing to focus instead on his fallen officer, not the controversy.
I'm not going to get into politics or anything surrounding this funeral. I am not going to take away from the real focus here, and the real focus is that of Officer Luis Huesca and his family.
Now, last week, the officer's family had also informed the governor's team that they did not want him to attend the funeral. The governor saying today that a lot of times families do not want the complications that come from political figures attending the funerals. He says he always does what the family requests. Not sure exactly what happened with the mayor's office. They were not able to tell us what was the mix-up or misunderstanding.
Okay.
They not messing with y'all because they know that y'all don't really support the police. And the way that you don't support the police is not by saying I directly don't support the police, but it's the stance that you take when it comes to your policies. It's the idea of you labeling things as large gatherings, as you not giving them the resources that they need in order to really be able to protect themselves or protect the citizens. And you don't stand with them. And so they don't stand with y'all. And that's why they turning their back on y'all. That's why the family don't really feel like you value it, because you're going to use it as an opportunity to create a political trope instead of actually doing the thing that's in the best interest of the people. The way that you show that you love people is by action, not by grand gestures in order to leverage this as a visible opportunity for you to get more coverage.
And we start here at 4 o'clock remembering Officer Huesca, Luis Huesca. The 30-year-old officer was shot and killed last week on his way home from work, and today hundreds gathered to pay their final respects.
Let me see if I can move this forward some, because I did see a little bit of that. I seen the first 3 minutes.
Officer Luis Huesca. His partner delivers an emotional eulogy at the beloved officer's funeral, remembered as a kind-hearted young man who loved his family and his community. Two people you did not see at today's funeral, though, were Governor J.B. Pritzker and Mayor Brandon Johnson.
The Huesca family asked them not to attend, wanting to keep politics out of today's tribute. We have much more now from our political reporter, Marianne Ahern. Marianne?
Good afternoon to you. Yes, well, you did see elected officials pay their respects today at Officer Huesca's funeral mass. The mayor and the governor honored the wishes of the family, and they stayed away. The funeral mass for Chicago police officer Luis Wesa, standing room only, as the city honored an officer gunned down as he returned home from work.
Nobody wants to step up and say that these people that make these policies, they work for you.
Hold on. Because we're not just going to keep it on the surface. We're going to call a spade a spade. The family is saying this.
That these people that make these policies, they work for you.
I don't know how much more powerful of a statement that you can make. The people that create these policies, they work for you. It sounds like she's speaking directly to the people and then indirectly speaking directly to the mayors and J.B. Pritzker and the Safe T Act and the fact that they keep allowing criminals on the street and they not necessarily allowing citizens to be able to protect themselves. And we in these liberal cities. She's telling you directly why she's saying what she's saying. They work for you and they're creating policies against the people that is serving you. They're removing spot shotter. They funding more things that have to do with the migrant community, and they've been spending more time focused on that than they have making sure that their police officers and the residents are safe. They not tough on crime. They made it easier, and they will check you as a person that asks them a question. If you ask them, what is these criminals are doing out here on the street? No, they're not criminals. This is just a large gathering. She said it directly.
You don't work for them, and it's not okay for you to hear gunshots and think that that's okay.
Weska's sister Lily O'Brien and his family, through this video provided by the FOP, let their frustrations be known and signaled why they asked Mayor Johnson and Governor Pritzker to stay away from the mass.
Chicago needs to step up and hold the people who make these policies that allow third, fourth, 5 chances to people that have made so many mistakes, and then they turn around and they murder innocent people.
The mayor planned to
See, it don't hit the same until it's your people. It don't hit the same until it's your people. How long have I been saying this? And then we got all of these people that got these liberal mindsets and these liberal policies and is soft on crime and make sure that we stay on code. And what if it was your brother and we against the police and defund the police and Black Lives? Where's Black Lives Matters? I would like for Al Sharpton to show his face. We tired of seeing Mayor Mohawk. We tired of seeing J.B. Pritzker. We tired of seeing Beetlejuice. We tired of seeing these people that support criminals but don't support the taxpayers that pay for their salary. She said, man, these people work for you when they creating policies that work against you, that support the criminals, because they so focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion and making sure that people feel included in the fact that we're releasing criminals onto the street and we soft on crime, and the people that actually make sure that they do the right thing on a daily basis, they the ones that's under assault. 66-year-old woman just the other day, just reported on it, dragged out into the street, running up on y'all college campuses in the daytime, robberies out of control overnight, nobody caught, poo shiesty masks everywhere. Don't discriminate. Make sure that you greet them with a warm hug when they run up on you in all black and a poo shiesty mask. Because listen, we can't just by default say that these people are coming to get you. That is discrimination. That is race baiting. And I will not have it in the city of Chicago. We're going to build a stronger, safer Chicago together. And just make sure we sprinkle a little bit of migrants in there. And then we got it. They ain't asking them not to come for political reasons. They asking them not to come because they feel like they directly or indirectly responsible for the death of the police officer that was his sister or her brother.
Attend the funeral, but after calls directly to him explaining the family's wishes, an hour before the funeral, he changed his mind and released a new statement saying, in part, My heart is with the Wesa family today. Superintendent Larry Snelling.
I'm not going to get into politics or anything surrounding this funeral. I am not going to take away from the real focus here.
Not just here today. 1 month ago in New York, Governor Kathy Hochul was confronted as she left a New York wake for a police officer. Governor Pritzker reached out to CPD before the service rather than just show up.
It is really up to the family whether they want the attention that comes with and all of the hullabaloo that comes with public officials attending. So I always follow the request of the
Slimy politician.
family to do whatever it is that makes them most comfortable.
And it is not just police officer funerals. After the 4th of July shooting, several Highland Park victims' families asked for politicians, including the governor, to not attend those services.
They not messing with y'all. They don't want no parts to do with y'all. They feel like y'all indirectly responsible for what's going on in the streets. Let me give y'all the latest update of the criminal that they have not caught. Now imagine if these criminals are getting away with taking a car and taking the actual pistol of the officer that they killed that was on their way home from work. What chance do you think that you guys have in being able to survive these Chicago streets? If the police can't even track down the guy that killed one of their own, what chance do you think that you have with these guys that's riding around with these Pusheisi masks on? And they know the identity. They know he's 22 years old. They know his height. They know his hair. They know everything about him. They know where his mama live. And they can't find this guy. Let me give you all the latest update on this.
We begin with breaking news and the continuing manhunt for Xavier Tate Jr., the man accused of murdering Chicago police officer Luis Wesa. Wesa was shot and killed last Sunday morning as he returned home from his shift. CBS 2 CPD headquarters with the very latest. Sarah, what do we know today?
Always a siren.
Well, Tara, 22-year-old Tate is still considered at large and charged with first-degree murder in court documents that were filed in an arrest warrant on Friday. If you do take a look at some of those documents, you will see that investigators wrote Tate knowingly and intentionally fired a .40 caliber handgun. I apologize, we have some sirens going by. They say that handgun is the reason for the cause of death. Police releasing surveillance video of Tate earlier this week. Wesa had just pulled into his Gage Park home, returning from his shift, still in uniform, when a shot spotter alerted police to gunshots in the area near 56th and Kedzie. Police do believe that the 6-year veteran was killed in a possible carjacking. His car and his service weapon were both gone. Investigators did find his car first and
shout out to you, Jeff. I
recovered his gun
that
yesterday at a South Side home near 108th and Hale. Investigators were there, we're told, and saw a relative throwing a firearm over a fence into a yard before they took him into custody.
This is going to be in relation to the off-duty PO incident from last Saturday.
Court records show that Tate was due in court in Markham on Wednesday for an unrelated charge, but missed that court appearance. Funeral services are now scheduled for Monday. We will be there to bring you the latest in our live coverage.
So he was already out and he was already facing charges on other things and he was supposed to be in court. We know he's not going to show up in court because they never do. Then a relative is seen throwing the pistol, the actual police officer's pistol, out the window. And we know that they know where they homie is and they harboring fugitives. Make sure we get stronger gun laws. Do you know the first thing that I seen when I opened up my my news briefs, because I always check to see what the financials and stuff is. The first thing that I seen when I opened up my news briefs was the Biden administration and Kamala Harris urges tougher gun laws in order to make sure that these things never happen. They're using this as a political trope to get you guys galvanized and more emotional with things that's not happening. And we already know Chicago has some of the strictest gun laws in the country. New York has some of the strictest gun laws in the country. These places have the strictest gun laws in the country, and they're using this to continue to jockey up and ramp up support for their stupid campaigns, and they care nothing about the police officers that's been killed. Hey, we got to make sure that we have stricter gun laws. It's unfortunate, man. And again, the people that pay the price is the family. The family are the ones that suffer. It's never the criminals. He's still at large. 22 years old. Let me show y'all what he looks like again, just in case y'all run up on a dude with a Pooh Shiesty mask on. This is him. Hold on. That's him. If you see him in the streets, be careful. He's killing off-duty police officers and taking lives. All right?